Insidious is a ghost horror movie. The story takes place when this family moves into a new home and one of their sons is upstairs exploring, falls, hits his head. Well, he goes to sleep, and the next morning, he doesn't wake up. The doctors determine that he's in a coma, but they can't determine what put him in the coma. So they end up bringing their son home, who's still in a coma, to give him at home health care. And right around this time, a whole bunch of weird and strange things start happening. They start seeing apparitions, a bunch of weird noises start happening, just ghost shenanigans. And it becomes so frequent that the mom is like, "Look, I'm super scared to even live in this house. We gotta move out." So they end up moving in with the father's mom, and basically things just continue to happen. The apparitions and the ghost follow them to the other house. And the dad is reluctant to believe the mother, as he believes that is stress induced because their son is in a coma. But the dad's mother, the grandmother, she's like, "No, listen, I believe in ghosts." And then she kind of explains to everybody why she believes in ghosts without too many spoilers. And with all that being said, the grandmother ends up calling this psychic that she knew from back in the day. And the psychic eventually tells everybody, "Look, your son's not actually in a coma. He's actually stuck in the spirit realm." The further explains that the sun hitting his head actually was just nothing to do with anything, that the kid can actually astral project his spirit from his body when he sleeps, but this time he went a little too far and got lost. So now his body is just an empty husk that all these spirits want to basically infiltrate because they just want to be alive. And in particular, there's this one demon that's basically been out to get this kid's body the whole time. So, to save this kid from the demon, the psychic lets the dad know actually he is an astral projector, and that that's how his son got his abilities, that it passed down from generation to generation, and that the only way to save the kid is to go into the further and rescue him. So at this point, they end up putting the dad under in a hypnosis type deal, and he travels to find his son. Well, when the dad was a kid, he was actually astral projecting his body in the same scenario, but it was this woman who was actually after the dad when he was a kid. So when he finds his son in the future, and when he brings him back into his own body, the dad brought something back that was after him the whole time. And that is literally the whole movie. There's some spoilers, but not too many. So, my review for Insidious, the first movie, this is very, very good for being rated PG-13. I think the story's pretty good. The acting's pretty good. There's some decent jump scares. And I remember watching this when it first came out and just absolutely wanting to watch the second one because of the cliffhanger at the end. I'm like, man, I wish the second one was out. Which surprisingly, until yesterday, I had actually never watched the second one. So my rating for Insidious would be I give it a 6 out of 10. It definitely is like one of the better, for sure, rated PG-13 horror movies. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's like a story to it, which is pretty good. And like I said, there are some decent jump scares. All in all, nothing too wrong with this movie. It's pretty good. I'd recommend watching it, but definitely watch 2 right after, as 2 is the direct, like, it happens right after the first one, so it ain't like no time jump or nothing.